Ready? Hello, I'm Mr. Vega. I teach Spanish here at the high school, and these are questions from my Spanish 3 class, 7th bell. Number 1, do you even lift? I'm hoping this is talking about weights. I'm not finding as much time as I used to find, like last year, to lift weights. I love exercise. I lift as much as I can. So yes, I do even lift. You're in a dark alley. Number 2, you're in a dark alley. It's 4 a.m. There's a panda with a brownie just chilling. Would you eat the brownie? How would you take the brownie from the panda? I would not eat the brownie. I wouldn't fight a panda. And I want to know what kind of dream I'm dreaming that would have a panda chilling with a brownie at 4 a.m. in a dark alley. I want to know who said this. Number 3, would you rather be a professional soccer player or live in Spain with your family? It's like a given. I'd rather be a professional soccer player. That was my passion before being a teacher was my passion. So I love soccer. I did it all my life. How often do you get your hair cut? I get my hair cut once a month, usually. Okay. Although, bad news, I might be getting it less. You can probably see in this area right here. It's not looking good for the future. I can thank my grandpa for that. Do you have an extra nipple? No. When you were our age, what struggles did you have? There's school appropriate struggles and then not so school appropriate. Just making sure I was respectful all the time. I was. But I liked to do things for laughs. So there are lots of times where I just didn't use good judgment. So that was probably one of my struggles is I did a lot of stupid things. I was known for some special abilities. What is your middle name? Andrew. What is your happiest memory of growing up? Golly, I have a lot. My happiest memory of growing up. I don't know. Just the fact that I knew that my parents were both, I guess, madly in love with me, that I had a very tight-knit family. I know what that feeling's like. It's the same way that I am with my family now, and my son, and my wife. That's probably, we didn't have a lot of money. We were in an okay school, nothing like Sycamore. And I just know that they cared and would do anything for me. So I don't know. Probably when I visited Chile. That would probably be one of my happiest memories growing up. That's kind of why I'm passionate about who I am right now as a Spanish teacher, is the culture and the way that my family is and everything like that. I loved it. How bad were you as a teenager? That goes back to some of my struggles. I love God, and I am a follower of God, and I was back then. But I did make some poor choices and some things that I did, just like all of us do. So I was good, but I did some bad things. Some okay examples to share would be like in Foods and Nutrition class, we would every time try and sabotage somebody's food. So we would basically sneak crap and stuff into other people's food and ruin it. So that was kind of bad. I remember one day when I was in 7th grade, Mrs. Williams was my math teacher, and I got my first ever suspension because I got a demerit, which is just like getting written up, 3 days in a row. And they were all in her class. And going back to my poor choices, one of them was because I took the spray bottle for the overhead projector, because that's what they used before we had these smart boards and things like that, I took her spray bottle, which cleans it, and I sprayed it all over her chair. And she didn't sit in it, but she heard the noise that the bottle made, and then she wrote me out for day number 3. I got suspended. Vampire Diaries or Glee? I know nothing of Vampire Diaries. My wife will not be proud of me saying that. However, I do love. Gosh, now I'm forgetting the movies. What are the movies called with the vampires and werewolves? Twilight. I love Twilight. So it's kind of weird. I shouldn't share that. But I also do love to sing. If you've come by my class, you know that. So I'm going to say Glee, because I know nothing about Vampire Diaries. Vampire or Wolf? Okay. I wonder if this is from the same person. Wolf, 100%. So if I'm going back to Twilight, that's just the coolest thing to see people just turn into wolves. It's pretty sweet. What do you eat on Saturday at precisely 1 p.m.? Leftovers from Friday. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's it. Do I like Zabumafu? I like the name. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I do. Where do you get your clothes at? For work, my favorite place is Express. And I don't know where my shoes are from. My wife bought those. What type of gel do you use in your hair? I use a product called Bedhead. I was introduced to it in college. Another soccer player on the team that I played for in college wore it. Loved the way it looked. Smelled good. That's what I did. Would you like to have another kid? Absolutely. If anybody knows my story, my son was not conceived the most normal way, and he is a miracle of God, 100%. So is my wife. And so my wife's cousin carried for us our baby. And so a lot is put into that, a lot of money, a lot of time. So would I love another one? Yes. And we're actually going to try again this year. So say some prayers for us. Does your wife know Spanish, or is she learning like Jackcito? She knows a little Spanish. She doesn't know a lot. But she is definitely learning. I only talk to Jax in Spanish, my son. And she can't really talk back, but she will intervene. She'll join in the conversation of me and Jax, and she'll say something showing that she understood what was going on. So she's doing a lot better. Hopefully by the end of this all being done, our lives, she'll be pretty good at it. When was a time where you felt the happiest and why? I'm not going to cry, so, okay. It's probably when my son was born. I don't think I've ever really cried like that. I'm going to cry again, so we're going on to the next one. That was my happiest time. I don't know. I was just overcome with emotion. I've never felt that before. Who do you think is better, LA Galaxy or Columbus Crew? I feel like LA Galaxy has done better than the Columbus Crew. The only reason that I would want to say Columbus Crew is because one of my favorite experiences in my life was when I played in college. We got to scrimmage the Columbus Crew. We didn't get to play in the stadium, but we played them, and they just killed us and rocked our world. We crossed the halfway line, the midfield, probably like 10 times. It was like we were their little toys, and they just played with us. And I got to meet famous people that played in the World Cup, like John Harkes and Brian McBride. What made you want to be a Spanish teacher? Well, first, what made me want to be a teacher? In college, I wanted to be so many things. Business person, thought I was going to do accounting like my dad. I took one day of an intro to engineering class, and that first day I left. After about halfway through the course of a class for accounting, I was like, this is not for me. Sorry, Dad. And I wanted to realize what was important to me. I care about people. I said I'm a follower of God, and that's what I care about. And I have a passion for people and their hearts and their souls and their lives. So I wanted to either be a youth pastor, because I was really passionate about that, and then in talking with my counselors and other things like that, in college, you know, we talked about what I'm good at, what I have passions for, and then teaching came up, and I was like, well, if I'm not going to be a youth pastor, I'm going to get to be with people every day, younger people, and just get to love on them, and share life with them. And the Spanish part, I can also teach math. Not great at it right now though. Is I just have a passion for the language. My dad is from Chile. My mom was there as an exchange student. They fell in love, got married, lived there, moved back after they had my brother and sister, and had me in Michigan, the great state of Michigan. Ohio State sucks. And so I grew up with the culture, and it's like I'm closer with my family in Chile than I am with my family here in the U.S. Two more. What is the one thing you regret not doing in high school or college? One of the things that I regret most about not doing in high school, and even in my younger years, I tell my kids this, is my parents would always talk to me in Spanish, and I always responded in English. And I feel it just made me worse instead of better. I teach Spanish obviously now, and I feel like, and I'm learning that when I talk with my son Jax only in Spanish, is that you really got to think, you really got to practice to get better and make yourself a better person at whatever it is that you want to be better at. And so that was one of my regrets. College, you wouldn't think that I'm antisocial, but in college I wasn't the most social outside of my core group. So I had a few friends from classes. I was really good friends with all the people on the college soccer team that I was with, but I wasn't a big partier. I wasn't super like, let's go here or that club or this party or that. I was kind of like, I don't know, I was pretty chill. I just wanted to do my thing and then go about my business. Do I like soccer? I hate it. And that's it. Thanks.